Welcome back. You're with us here on Opening Fire. You got the market, which is not doing very much. Lots of stock-specific action, though. 79.43 is where we are right now. From the day's high, it's a big climb down once again, like what we've seen for the last many days. Sensex down about 63 points, 0.25% there as well. Castrol India reported numbers. Rashmi Joshi is Director of Finance of the company. She's joining us right now. Ma'am, thank you very much. Good morning. Prashant this side. Could you talk to us a little bit about volumes, ma'am? We've got the value numbers here. Volumes for Castrol in the second quarter compared to Q1 and Q2 of last year?
Sure. So if you look at the volumes for the last quarter, you see it almost flat. And so I'll break it up into two bits. One is the personal mobility related volumes, which is our strategic focus. And so we have seen very good growth in personal mobility year on year. Also in power brands, again, which is our strategic focus, we have seen double-digit growth in volumes and margins. One of the power brands, which is Castrol Active, which is doing extremely well with double-digit growth in volumes, and it's a market leader. It has also gained market share. So while the volumes have been flattish versus last year, you will see from the retail audit data that we have held our market share, and we have actually grown our market share in personal mobility sector. And so there is a compensating effect of commercial vehicle oils, where the volumes have dropped versus last year, and it's essentially driven by what is happening in the economy. So if you look at the freight movements, they are not really picked up significantly. Again, if you look at tractor sales have been down. Rural demand is again declined. So these things are impacting our commercial vehicle oil volumes. However, we are doing extremely well in personal mobility, and that has kind of compensated that impact. Also, the product portfolio is now being premiumized, and you see that impact in our turnover as well. So we haven't really significantly dropped prices, and that's a result of the product premiumization that we are doing.
As a percentage of your operating profits, how much is personal mobility and how much are CVs?
So I'll say, more than 50% will be personal mobility in terms of the profit contribution.
So roughly 50-50. Maybe a little higher for personal mobility.
Roughly, probably more than 50 will be personal mobility.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I mean, I guess the drag coming in from CVs is more than offsetting the increase in the personal mobility segment. That's what's happened. So that's why the overall volumes, I think, are down about 2.5% year on year.
Yes, they are. So it also includes about 15% of industrial volumes, and as you know, industrial activity has not really picked up over last year. In fact, the data has been quite poor over last many months. Only in August, I think it has looked a bit better, but still it could improve. So those volumes are also below last year, and that's one of the reasons. So as the economy picks up and the activity picks up, industrial as well as freight activity, we do believe that we will have volume growth in those segments as well, apart from the personal mobility. So we will continue to focus on our personal mobility brands, continue to invest in the brands that we have been doing, and invest in people capability and technology, which should help us grow volumes on that front. And the economy, as it grows, will help us and grow in the other segments as well.
Ma'am, the branded oil that you sell, in terms of volumes, what percentage is that as of the total sort of automotive segment volumes? So branded as a percentage of total auto volumes.
Sorry, can you say again? Yeah. I didn't get your question. Can you please repeat?
Ma'am, brands like Castrol Active, right? What percentage of your overall volumes that you sell in the auto segment, personal mobility and CVs combined, what percentage of that is power brands? I mean, your brands essentially.
So Castrol Active will be about more than 20-25%. Total power brands will be more than 50%.
Okay. And these are priced at a slight premium, right, compared to the others?
Yes, I mean Castrol, if you see, has consistently been at a premium over others, and we do track those movements consistently, and we do take actions from time to time to ensure that we are doing the right thing on pricing for each of the products.
Ma'am, the overall volume picture isn't that great. Overall, I mean, across segments, industry, automotive, if you can break it up as well. It's also extremely, the lubricants, it's very competitive, extremely competitive. What should one expect? Everything else remaining same in terms of input prices, crude oil prices remaining where they are. What should we expect in terms of operating profit growth for the next 2 years?
So, I mean, yes, next 2 years. In the longer term, I do expect economy to grow. I think that is very important for all of us. And so we are also, looking forward to a growth in commercial activity, the road construction projects or generally the infrastructure projects coming on board much faster, improvement in industrial activity, improvement in freight movement, and that is something which is going to help us a lot in terms of, delivering or growing the volumes in commercial vehicles as well as heavy duty categories and industrial category. Personal mobility, in fact, has been growing extremely well. And as I said, our power brands are growing double digit year on year. And motorcycle oils, despite a drop in motorcycle sales year on year, our motorcycle oils have done well in terms of volume as well as margin growth. So we will continue to invest in those brands and focus on building sales capability in those areas, improve distribution, as well as, we'll continue to work with our partners on improved technological products. So all those things put together, I do see that we have, all those factors in place which are required to capture the growth when the economic growth happens in the Indian economy.
Ma'am, thank you very much. Good speaking with you. Appreciate you coming in with that perspective. Thanks indeed. Rashmi Joshi, Director of Finance with Castrol India with that. Let's just take a very quick break here.